Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
At our regularly scheduled time, we started a little early this morning because we were joined by the governor of Iowa, Kim Reynolds, who is currently, as we speak, in the club room here at Hy-Vee, speaking with Lieutenant Governor Gregg to a full room, standing room only, we've been told. And we thank the governor for her time. I mean, it's this show is only 2 weeks old, so for the governor of your state to agree to sit down and talk is pretty cool. And I'll say, I was definitely a little nervous. You don't talk to the governor that often. I'd never met her. So that was sort of, hi, how you doing? Have a seat. Here we go. So thankful for her time once again. Happy Friday. We do have some sun, it looks like, out there. We can see sort of through the windows at the side of the dairy and frozen section here at the store. We have a full schedule of guests once again today, and looking forward to having some great conversations. And for the first time, perhaps some interesting guests of a different kind. Let me introduce first Dave Bakke, who is, Dave, your title, naturalist?
Yes.
Okay, That's a great title. Welcome to the show with
nice
Muscatine County
here.
Conservation Board. A naturalist is a really cool title. Not too many people have that in this area, I'm assuming.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
We're kind of scattered around the state. So, but there are a number of county conservation boards that have naturalists.
Sure.
I think at least 75 of the 99 counties. So almost anywhere you might go in the state, there's a naturalist doing education programs and many nature centers around. Yeah,
I think we're so fortunate. We were talking about this off the air to have places like the Environmental Learning Center here in Muscatine, where that's where I've seen you the most, because I've taken both my boys, Henry and Ted. They love it because it's very hands-on, interactive, and then you can kind of see things from behind the glass. But then there's also opportunities like when you're at the outdoor show and going to different schools where you'll bring some of the residents of the Environmental Learning Center with you, right?
That's right.
So you brought some of them today. Do you want to introduce to everybody on Hy-Vee today who we have?
I will.
Okay.
And I thought of these friends from the Nature Center as kind of signs of spring. One people go, oh, yeah, that's a nice sign of spring.
Yeah.
Other one, maybe not so much. So let's ease them into things here. So
all right, we got a great shot too.
My first one here.
Okay.
We'll just take this whole thing out.
Look at that.
And Leo does have a larger.
This is Leo.
Leo.
Okay.
Yes, he has a larger aquarium that he lives in here. But this is an eastern gray tree frog.
Okay.
And they're very common in this area.
Now he's not going to jump, is he?
He might.
He might. Okay.
He might. But if he does, he probably would stick to you, or hopefully he will. So we'll try to. He always jumps forward, so we'll try to keep him so he'll land on the table if he decides to jump.
All right. So
of course, right now they're all still hibernating.
Sure.
So you shouldn't be finding them now. But by mid to late March, depending on the weather, they'll be showing up. They'll be coming out of hibernation, and by later in the spring, we'll be starting to hear the males starting to sing.
Wow!
And
so, did you name them, or who gave them the name of Leo?
Actually, our office manager did, and it's Leo, L-L-I-O, and there used to be a cartoon that ran in the Muscatine paper of Leo.
That's awesome.
It's a great cartoon, a little bit. Eccentric, I guess I'd say.
Now, will Leo, when he's not residing in the comforts of his residence, would he be in the wild catching bugs, eating bugs?
He would be,
okay.
Yes. And just as his name would indicate, as a tree frog, that's where they typically live.
Sure.
Like other frogs, though, they all come from a pond. They lay their eggs in the pond, and they hatch out. And by midsummer, the young tree frogs they're hopping out and heading for the trees.
Wow. I feel like I may have seen one of Leo's friends in my backyard.
You may have, or you may have heard them. They have an amazingly loud voice for their size.
He's being a little shy. Maybe it's the cameras. His first appearance on Hy-Vee today.
It could be. It could just be it's the wrong time of year.
Sure.
He may be
so
thinking,
he knows that it's still, even though it's whatever temperature controlled inside the store here, he's aware his clock his biologic.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah,
he knows.
and a little bit of it is the temperature. It's comfortable for us, but a little cool for him. But the other thing that a lot of animals focus on is the amount of daylight and,
Sure.
and the strength of the daylight, and they're very aware of all that.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad to see Leo, and yeah, like you said, we're definitely easing our viewers into what's going to be coming up in just a moment. But
All right.
Leo, definitely just hanging out. Your friendly neighborhood tree frog, again, just hanging on your finger. I love that. That's such a great shot.
See,
Look at that guy.
When we take them around to the
Yeah.
preschools and such, the kids just have to stick a finger or a
Right.
thumb
And
up
that's
in
it.
the air,
He just
and
hangs on, huh?
he'll just grab right on there.
Look at
and-
that. It's like those toys, the fingerlings, that were so popular
Yeah,
with
very
Christmas,
much.
except it's a live frog.
Yep.
So, maybe not ideal for everybody's home, and you've obviously had him for a while now,
Yes.
so he's used to it maybe a little bit.
Well, I think so, though.
Yeah.
One of the exciting things for the kids that sometimes happens, and it's kind of a stress thing. After
Sure.
going to a few kids, he'll
Use
have
the
his moment, and
restroom,
we'll need
sure.
we'll need to get the paper towels out. So we'll stick him back in here.
There you go, Leo. All right, look at that. Just sticking on there.
Goes right in
That is
there.
pretty cool. Again, if you're just joining us, Hy-Vee today, Dave Bakke in the house, naturalist. You can see Dave for sure coming up. Oh boy,
This
at the
is your
outdoor
favorite,
show.
right?
I'm getting better about what's about to happen.
Maybe not your favorite. Well, this is. I brought our young snake today.
Yeah. So this is Little Chula.
Little Chula.
Okay.
We have a snake at the nature center, the same kind of snake. It's a fox snake that
Sure.
is an adult. That's Chula.
Okay.
And someday Little Chula will be taking over for Chula.
So how much bigger is Little Chula gonna get?
Little Chula will probably get to be 4 feet long at least.
Wow.
Maybe a little bit longer.
Wow.
Yep.
Now so fox snake, there's corn snakes. There's a large variety of
There are
snakes.
many different kinds of
But as
snakes
far
now.
as in this part of the state, fox snakes are common or uncommon?
They're very common.
Okay.
They're very common. And we actually have a number of snakes that are marked in a similar manner
Okay.
to this. Some people mistake them for rattlesnakes. Some of our water snakes look like this.
Okay.
And so they're often called a lot of things except a fox snake.
So with a fox snake like Little Chula, now I understand that the answer is probably they all have the potential to bite. But I mean, if you encountered a fox snake, you shouldn't necessarily be afraid, right?
Correct.
Okay.
You don't have to be, and really of any snake. I mean, we're bigger than all the snakes.
That's
So
right. Myself,
their-
for
you
sure.
know, their instinct is to either hide or run away.
Right.
That being said, sometimes snakes can be aggressive, and especially if you approach them and try to pick them up.
Sure.
Most wild snakes they'll either try to bite you or
Yeah.
they'll go to the bathroom on you.
Gotcha.
And that's no fun either.
So for Little Chula, I guess where was Little Chula at when did you find her or did someone else?
I picked her up out at Salisbury Park, and
Oh,
I
wow.
just happened to see her going through the grass. And I had in the back of my mind that we're going to someday need a replacement for
Chula.
our other snake, and so I picked her up, and him. I'm not sure if it's a him or a her.
Sure.
And she tried to bite,
Oh, wow.
which they do even at her size. She was striking,
Wow.
but just with some handling and gentle attention,
Yeah, I was gonna say
she's calmed down.
Little Chula's just hanging out. Mm-hmm. And I think my next guest in a couple minutes from our pharmacy, Nicole, she probably wouldn't mind having Little Chula hanging out. And I have to say, this is our first guest where we're spending more time getting shots of what you brought. But I'm so glad, Dave,
That's
that you
okay.
brought friends with you because, again, this is what, and I know it's an important part of your job, is getting out with folks like Leo and Little Chula and Maisie, right? Is Maisie still over there?
Yes.
Yeah, it's important to have that education again, whether it's in the classroom, at places like the outdoor show, because you want people to understand their surroundings. I think I had
Sure.
I don't know if it was a corn snake or what, but last spring, backyard, kids were driving around in the Power Wheels. There's a snake, but they weren't scared. They were more interested.
That's good.
Yeah.
And that's a good attitude to have. And I try to remind the kids to be respectful of them. If you see one and want to, slowly follow it around, you can do
Sure.
that. But, don't pick up a stick and try to whack it or
Right.
anything like that.
Hold it. Well, a little
Part of it,
chula.
maybe?
Yeah, part of it, sure. Well, a little chula. Ah, there we go.
That's a nice thing about snakes.
I'm so brave.
They're two-person
Yeah,
animals.
They're a two-person.
Well, you talk about the shots being on the snake here instead
Right.
of the guest. When I go to the school, it's the same thing. Once the animals come out, you know, I could put on silly hats
Right.
or whatever, and they won't
they'd be
notice. They're all
fixated.
excited about the turtles or the snakes.
Oh,
and
I love it. So we talked more about some things coming up. Spring for sure. Seeing folks seeing things like Little Chula and Leo.
Yeah.
But then summer is going to be here soon, and you have some pretty cool nature camps that'll be coming up, right?
Yeah, we have our schedule packed full from probably mid-June
Okay.
until the first week or second week of August with different nature camps. And some
Sure.
of them are like a 3-day camp, a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the morning.
Awesome.
But a lot of them are just 1-day camps, so people
Okay.
can pick and choose, and if one doesn't work schedule-wise, you can choose another day.
Cool.
And a lot of that information is available now, and it may not be up on the website yet, but our latest newsletter, which is going to print, the digital version should be available in the next couple days.
Yeah, folks
So-
are planning this. I mean, we're
Yeah.
sitting here in February, but for sure we know that time goes by quick, and if you can be ahead of it, you know, because like you said, registration is going to be happening soon. I think that that's important. So we pivot from those summer nature camps, fishing clinic. Is that?
That's June 2nd.
Oh, that's also in June. Okay.
It's also in June. Everything's
Great.
in the
No,
summer.
That's good.
No.
So talk about that because, you know, again, getting younger folks involved in fishing. Is it for all ages or what?
It's really geared towards like kindergarten through
Perfect.
5th or 6th grade.
Good. Okay.
But we get a lot of parents that come along, and sometimes they learn stuff too from that.
Yeah.
But it includes a little bit of education, learning how to like set up your fishing pole with hooks, sinkers, bobbers, that sort of thing.
Sure.
Casting practice. The Department of Natural Resources will have their live fish here and helping kids learn to identify different kinds of fish.
Awesome.
And we'll also have someone there. We've been doing fish cleaning. So
Cool.
if you take a fish home, what do you do with
Right.
it before you eat it, type of thing. And then there's always a fishing derby right after that. And we'll have a number of
Excellent.
kids will stay for that.
Put your skills to the test.
Yep. And it's
Yeah.
all totally free. There's
wow.
no charge for anyone. And so those registrations will be opening up here very soon as well.
June 7th for the fishing clinic.
Second.
June
Second.
2nd.
Yep.
June 2nd for the fishing
There we
clinic.
go.
We'll definitely have yourself or Michelle or somebody on a monthly
Yeah.
basis come on. Please, we'll
Yeah.
keep everybody updated. And then I guess the last thing, the city and county cat grant is an important thing to educate folks about it and what's going to continue to happen with Deep Lakes Park. So do you want to update us on that?
There are a number, that encompassed a number of projects,
Sure.
but for us, it included camping cabins being built down at Deep Lakes Park.
Yes.
So that's what's going to be starting up this summer. But for us, that means also getting things like electricity and water
Sure,
into the
sure.
park. And but we're going to have 4 cabins eventually built.
Wow.
They may not. We'd love to say that they're going to be ready for camping by next summer, but they'll be all-season cabins.
Oh, perfect.
So you could go if you have family coming for Christmas, they
Yeah.
need a place to stay, that might be an option for them.
Awesome.
But they'll be near some of the lakes. There's lakes all over down there.
Sure.
So if people staying there would have an ample opportunity to go fishing, or
Yeah.
they can scoot over to the beach to go swimming.
I think
So
that's fantastic.
I think it'll be really exciting. People will really enjoy that.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing to have access to places like that,
Yeah.
and to just get outside. You know, I think we're all appreciating this. We're all appreciating this time of the year. Okay. Oh, you got the website up. Perfect. There we go. Oh, there we go. There's the Muscatine County Conservation Board.
Oh, excellent.
So that's great. Yeah, so you can get a sense for what we're talking about here with Dave Bakke. Yeah, I think, again, the more that we can get outside, we're definitely experiencing, as I was going to say, some snow melting. We don't know if winter's over. But, you know, I hope that it's a little less buggy than it was last summer. We didn't really have that deep freeze last winter. So it seemed like it was buggy earlier. Did
But you
notice
know,
that?
the good part is the bats were happier.
Ah.
So, you know, there's always a silver lining. Well, for some animals,
Right.
there's a silver lining.
Well, I'm so glad for all of the bats. I had a bat dive bomb my head a couple months ago. So that was an interesting, but I'm glad that bat was well fed.
Yeah, well,
Right?
yes, yeah. You know, there's actually a little bit of a reason for that, why bats sometimes swoop near us, and that's
Yeah.
because we've got a use all kinds of shampoos and
that
are
what
very
it is?
perfumey, and those attract bugs. So I know when I've been outside sometimes, I don't use as much shampoo as some others do, but I've noticed little clouds of gnats will follow me around,
I've seen
and
that.
bats can sense those, and they will take a chance at them sometimes.
But again, the bats are just trying to help out. They're like, hey, you got some gnats on your head. Let me get those
That's
for you.
right.
That's good to know.
It sounds good, but if they're swooping on you,
still
that's
a little
different.
unnerving. All right. So Environmental Learning Center, let's talk about the hours when folks can stop over.
Oh,
yeah.
It's almost never closed, it
Right,
seems
it's
like.
true,
Well,
right.
it's open 7 days a week. During the week, it's 8 till 4:30,
Okay.
and weekends from noon to 4,
Perfect.
Saturdays and Sundays.
All right, Dave Bakke in the house. We had Leo and we had little Chula, and I appreciate your time. Please come back and feel free to bring whatever you want in the next visit. Maybe no bats, though. Probably not.
I won't bring bats.
Okay, that'd be good. A bat. We've had birds in the store.
Yeah, you don't want bats in the store.
That would be kind of Batman, maybe.
That would be all
Bats
right.
itself, yeah, I don't know.
The public health department has
That's
something
right.
to say about that.
Thank you for
we
your
won't
time,
tell them
buddy.
about this.
Yeah, no, we won't tell. Right.
You're
yeah.
welcome.
No,
You're
public
welcome,
health,
Tony.
Don't worry. Let's take a look at our aisle cam, if we could. Give you a shot of what's going on here in the store as we get ready for our next guest to slide in. And again, we thank Dave Bakke for joining the show and for bringing Leo, the tree frog, and little Chula was in the house, a little fox snake, for the very first time. That's pretty cool. Again, you're taking a live look inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on Friday. We're so excited to have you live streaming this, or if you're catching it later, we're glad that you're with us. That's for sure. It's been an interesting Friday. We started early. We had the governor of the great state of Iowa, and then we kind of waited a few moments and we resumed the show. So here we go. My next guest is in charge of the pharmacy here at Hy-Vee. Nicole, I don't want to pronounce your last name wrong, Duhlmeyer.
Correct.
Did I get it right?
You got it right.
Yes.
How are you this
Welcome.
morning?
I'm good. I feel like I've noticed an abundance of like pharmacy signs in the store. Did those go up recently?
There are, yes. We have a lot of promotions going on within the pharmacy, just trying to make people aware of all the services that we do offer.
So in addition to a double lane drive-through, which we have, which is super convenient, there are things that people can, I mean, I guess you can take care of them in the drive-through or in the store, but it is important that for those watching this, that they're aware that when you become a customer, a patient, whatever, patient, customer with Hy-Vee's pharmacy, there's so many things that you and your staff can do for them, right?
Yes, there is. One of our huge things that a lot of people aren't aware of is that we do offer free delivery.
Okay.
So that is a huge service. Monday through Friday, if you're sick, if you can't get out, have sick kids, we would be more than happy to bring your prescriptions to you.
Sure.
We can't really guarantee the time. Sometimes it depends on our floral department drivers, but we will get it to you. We also offer many services with counseling.
Okay.
A lot of people are on 10, 15 medications and they don't know what they're on it for. And that's where we can come in and help and explain to them. We can also kind of look at their medication regimen and see, are there lower cost options? Are there things that can save people money? Is there something that maybe isn't working the best that we could try something else for? So
yeah, and it's really like pharmacy is one of those parts of the store that you always have so much going on. You have a lot of great staff, team members with you, and I understand about 2% of what you guys do.
yeah, we have amazing staff. We have a lot of staff that has been at this location forever.
Sure.
We also have some new faces, which is great. They're all doing an amazing job. In the pharmacy, the biggest thing for us is providing the best customer service that we can. Being friendly, making sure that people are taken care of as quickly as possible. Because we understand, nobody wants to be at the pharmacy. If you're not feeling well, you want to be at home resting. So we do our best to take care of people, and that's where my team really comes in and steps up and does a great job.
So for yourself, being from Muscatine,
Yes.
being back in this role as pharmacy manager, I know was something that was important. How has it felt so far? I mean,
It's been pretty amazing. You know,
Yeah.
I started at this location as a courtesy clerk bagging groceries when I was 14 years old.
wow.
So I have spent more than half my life with Hy-Vee, a
Sure.
lot of it within the store. I've had a lot of great opportunities, and I've worked with the company throughout Des Moines, Kansas City, Quad Cities, and a lot of different roles. And I am so excited and psyched to be back within this store in my home community, just treating and working with the people that I've known and grown up with.
How is the pharmacy, how has it changed? Now, certainly the model of getting a prescription filled, showing up, asking questions, getting good service, but I wonder over the years, in your experience, with whether it be advances in technology or like repeat refill things, what have you noticed that's changed, or then maybe some things that are going to start to change over the next few years?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of pharmacy, just like any type of medical field, is about documentation. So it used to be we would just document what prescription you got, verify that your prescription was accurate, and send you out the door. Nowadays, we have to go through and not only do that, but also make sure that everything's working together properly, making sure that we are basically doing the most for your health that we can.
Yeah.
And we do that through a lot of different ways. You mentioned repeat refills. That's an awesome program that we have. We can put patients on it, and then their refills refill automatically each month, which is a huge service, because a lot of people, we all get into our daily lives and we forget to refill those medications.
Sure.
So that is a great service. We also nowadays have a twice-a-day delivery of prescriptions here. So that's huge. It used to be that we'd have to say, if you went to the doctor in the morning and we didn't have the medication, it would be next day. Nowadays, we get a second delivery around 5 or 5:30 in the afternoon. So we are able to say, hey, we'll have that for you in a couple hours instead of having to wait 12 hours overnight.
And when it comes to deciding where your prescriptions are going to go to, you always have a choice.
Yes, of course.
You know, and we want people to choose the Hy-Vee pharmacy here off Highway 61 on 2nd Avenue, however you want to describe where we're at. But yeah, I mean, you know, you'll have that question come up, where do you want me to send the prescription to? And we hope that you'll send it to us because, again, we understand how busy people are. And for instance, if you got a sick kid and you went from the doctor, you want to just kind of be able to like go through a drive-through so you don't have to park and come in. Now, if that's what you want to do, we love to have you. But we also understand that how vital that double-lane drive-through is. Because I feel like you're getting the same great service. There's monitors, so you see what's happening, and everything is explained to you, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and that's what we're all about at Hy-Vee, is making sure that you, the patient, is taken care of. That's what our #1 priority is, and we would love to have your business. If you have prescriptions somewhere else and you're not happy, it's very easy to get your prescriptions transferred. All you have to do is call our pharmacy. Our phone number is 264-5810, and talk with one of the staff members, and we will call and transfer your prescriptions. So there is absolutely nothing that you have to do to get your prescriptions transferred. We take care of that completely for you. A lot of customers don't understand that, and it can be kind of confusing, but if you just tell us, hey, my prescriptions are at this pharmacy and we want to come to you, we will take care of every other aspect of it for you.
You had to have a lot of education before you become a pharmacist, let alone a pharmacy manager. Are there still things with like continuing education that's part of your job where you have to stay sharp on different, you know, medicines that are available or that technologies? What's that like for you?
Yeah, so we need 30 credit hours of continuing education every 2 years.
Wow.
So there's a lot of new services that pharmacists offer nowadays, such as immunizations. So all of us had to go through special immunization training to be able to do that. And then there's CEs that we have to do in that 2-year time period that are specific to immunizations, specific to law, because law is huge in pharmacy.
Okay.
There are different laws for every single state in the United States. So some pharmacists are only licensed in 1 state. I'm currently licensed in 5 states.
Oh,
So,
but don't leave.
But for those 5 states, I had to take a different exam for each one of those.
Wow.
So different requirements depending on where you're at, because every state has different laws.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you're licensed in 5 states. I mean, I guess it makes sense because before you came back to be the pharmacy manager in the store here at Hy-Vee and Muscatine. You were working for Hy-Vee, but you were traveling a lot.
Correct. Yeah, I was a district supervisor.
Okay.
So I oversaw stores in Wisconsin and Illinois,
Wow.
and Southeast Iowa most recently. And before that, we lived down in Kansas City, and I oversaw our stores in Kansas and Missouri.
Holy moly. So you have great experience. And yeah, I do think it's important. Let's touch on what you mentioned, being able to get things like the flu shot in your Hy-Vee pharmacy, but that's not the only immunization that folks can get, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
There's 2 different types of pneumonia shots. There's also the shingles vaccination.
Okay.
And
Okay.
just recently, in the end of December, a new shingles vaccination came out. So for anyone over the age of 50, please listen because you need this.
Okay.
It's called Shingrix, and it is about 93% effective in preventing you from getting the shingles. So versus our old shingles shot that was called Zostavax was only about 40 to 50% effective. So this is a huge difference. So everyone over the age of 50 needs to talk to us because we need to get you immunized. We have that immunization in stock. Most insurances are covering it pretty well also.
Cool. That's good to know, right? So keep that in mind. You know, you might not have thought, well, I wonder if I could get a shot while I was at Hy-Vee getting groceries. The answer is yes, and it's a really convenient thing, quite frankly.
Yes, it's a one-stop shop for everything. We can definitely take care of you. Another great thing that we offer is we offer on-site flu shot clinics.
Okay.
So we can go to any employer and give your employees flu shots. And there's no charge to the employer. What we do is we charge the insurance company just like we would if the patient came into our store.
Sure.
So that is a huge service because as employers, you want your employees to be healthy.
Yeah.
So that is something that we're going to start lining up people again, even though flu shot season is winding down right now.
Yeah, but it is good to know that, again, you can show up to somebody's job, and we do have a look at the pharmacy as we speak. That's pretty cool. Can you see that?
Awesome, yes.
So Ryan's got a little mobile camera, and he's checking out. There's some Tylenol. Yeah, it's really impressive the amount of products in your neck of the woods that folks need on a daily basis. And for sure, again, that customer service is so vital because you're seeing folks that are not feeling good. You know, usually when you're not feeling good, you're maybe a little bit more likely to be agitated. I get it. I've been there. Or you're in a hurry. Now, granted, there are people that are just coming in to get a monthly script that are feeling fine, but you really have to be prepared because you never know who's going to walk up or what kind of phone call you're going to get. So your staff, I mean, that's something that probably is an everyday thing for you.
That is probably the hardest aspect of our job, which that's working retail.
Yeah.
I mean, it's our cashiers also, other departments that deal with it also. People have good days, people have bad days. You know, for us, it's hard. Sometimes we have a customer that came in that just found out they have cancer.
Sure.
Or found out they have another debilitating disease. And we have to be able to deal with them, help them, take care of their needs. And also we might have a mom that has a sick child right next to them that needs to get home and get their child resting. So we try to take care of people as quickly and effectively as we can. So when people can have a little bit of patience, that's greatly appreciated just because we never know what we're going to deal with on a daily basis. So every day is different, that's for sure.
That's what's fun about this place. Like I've learned that in 2 short months that you never know what to expect. And again, the pharmacy is one of those parts of Hy-Vee that make this place great because you're doing so much. And I've just, again, really gotten appreciation for that over the past 2 months, seeing it firsthand. The amount of folks that you take care of and the variety of things. You know, now I don't know what prescriptions people are taking. I don't have any access to things like that, and there's HIPAA laws and all that. But I can just tell you that I can see folks that are coming in or in that drive-through, and I know that they're being well taken care of. So,
and that is our number one goal, is to take care of the patient in every way that we can, you know.
Yeah, and as healthcare continues to change, just know that, you know, you are it's always in your hands where you're going to go for your prescriptions. You can make those choices for yourself. We probably accept all kinds of insurance, right?
We do.
From
We do.
Medicaid, Part D to, I don't know if there's other parts, but I just want
Yep.
people to know that,
Yep,
that's important.
We accept many different types of
Yeah.
Medicare, Medicaid, commercial insurances.
Sure.
So definitely never feel like you're stuck at a pharmacy. We will do everything in our power to take care of you properly. And,
Sure.
there are some insurance companies that might require mail order, and we can help you through that process also. That's something that can be very frustrating to
Sure.
a lot of our customers that have came to us for a long time, and
Yeah.
then insurance starts to require mail order. So we can definitely try to help with that transition and do everything that we can to see if we can keep you here.
Yeah, and where else are you going to be able to, like get a sandwich or a gallon of milk while you're getting a prescription filled?
And I feel like about half the people that come up to our counter always have Starbucks. And I'm like, you didn't ask me for my order,
right. You mean like this Starbucks
Like
right
that.
here?
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Starbucks, you're simply fabulous.
Yes.
All right, thanks for your time, Nicole
No, thank
Duhlmeyer.
you.
Duhlmeyer, right?
Yeah.
Not Dolmeyer.
Duhlmeyer.
Duhlmeyer.
Yep.
Pharmacy manager at your Muscatine Hy-Vee.
Yes.
You have a busy Friday. I'm sure you have to
Thank
take care of
you.
a whole bunch of different folks.
Yes.
So I'm thankful that you're able to be here right now.
Yes,
You must have
definitely.
a bunch of people to support you, because it's not like the
Yes.
pharmacy slows down once you walk over here, right?
Nope, we always have another pharmacist there.
Cool.
So pharmacy is never unstaffed.
Yeah, it's always busy
So,
too. All right,
thank you.
so much. Appreciate it. What a fun Friday at Hy-Vee today. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us. We started the show early with the governor of Iowa, Kim Reynolds, and we thank her and her team for their time. The governor spoke to a full crowd here in the store, in the club room, and is on to the next stop. It's always busy. Thanks to Dave Bakke for bringing Leo, the tree frog, and little Chula, the fox snake. I kind of hinted to him on the phone, feel free to bring something, and I'm so glad that he did. Yeah, and again, they were both in their containers 90% of the time, and they'll be going back to the Environmental Learning Center where you can go say hi to them in person if you want. Can we take a live shot at the aisle cam? We're also celebrating the Chinese New Year at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. Oh, look at that. So, no, that's good. That's even better. That's Ryan's on the loose. He is in the deli. That's pretty cool. Yeah, he's in the deli. He's looking at Brian. He's right around the corner. Oh, yeah, have him go over to Hy-Vee Chinese. That'd be pretty cool. So, yeah, you're taking a live look inside the store. And, again, Chinese New Year. And, of course, yeah. There you go. Right over there. Perfect. So, yeah, Chinese New Year, Hy-Vee Chinese. I'll tell you this. I don't think it's ever been as good as it is with Wing and George doing the cooking. Now, it's early, keep in mind, so they're going to start filling up everything. Look at that. Dinner for two for $9.99. And, yeah, it's going to start smelling real good over there. Again, we got to get that smell-o-vision invented. So celebrate the Chinese New Year, lunch or dinner. And for those celebrating, happy Chinese New Year to you. So, okay, look at that. That looks great. They work so hard. There's George. Look at George. Man, talk about a good addition to the team. George and his crew are doing good work. All right, here we go. It's Friday. The weekend has maybe started for some of you. For others, I hope you have a good weekend. I don't know what you got planned for tonight. If you want to hit the road to Pleasant Valley, Muskie basketball. Its last regular season game, if I'm not mistaken, is tonight. So go cheer on Joe Wieskamp and the fellas. Tomorrow, Saturday, I might throw a shameless plug in for Scott County Wrestling. That's a fun time in Walcott. Local guys, including some Muscatine fellas, doing some wrestling a la, I'll say it's like, WWE-esque, but it is a good time, and you might recognize some familiar faces. Our friend Latin Thunder from Muscatine will be wrestling tomorrow, so check that out if you want to. I just hope that we have good weather and that you don't have to shovel this weekend because, you got a good workout last weekend. And now it's all melting, right? I had like a waterfall coming down the driveway yesterday. I'm okay with that, by the way. So enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to take a breath and relax. It's been an eventful Friday, but wouldn't have it any other way. Thanks for tuning in. As always, Hy-Vee@gmail.com. If you have any guests that you think we should talk to, reach out and send us an email, Hy-Vee@gmail.com. I've heard from a lot of folks that are watching the show that want to come on. We had a gal here with Family Resources that wanted to talk to us in between Governor Reynolds and starting the show with Dave Bakke. So yeah, that's what this is. This is a community channel to have guests seated next to me to talk about what's going on in Muscatine and the surrounding communities. Monday, I believe we'll talk to Officer Whitney Pena with the Muscatine Police Department. Later in the week, next week, Mark Snavely with Wilton Schools and a host of more guests. And that's it. Have a great weekend. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you Monday at 8:30 right here on Hy-Vee Today. Bye. I got to finish my...
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community. Questions? Comments? Know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.